Okay, just a quick video. I'll try and be quick. Just to go over all the features in my little camper here. To start with, we've got our remote, unlock and lock the car. Around. So I'll go over the van stuff first. So all the carpet's been redone in the front here. The original seats. I've removed the armrests to try and make a bit more space to climb through. We've got rear climate control here that runs off the van engine. It's got a vent at the back. A few little marks and stuff like that around the front. A new sort of style head unit with reversing camera comes through the screen. All the air conditioning all blows nice and cold. Heater works fine. So that's the K's in there. You can see it. So it's 328,000, almost 329, pretty much 330. This next service is due at 330. I can easily put a new service on it for whoever wants to buy it. So I've got a wireless charging phone mount here, and it's hardwired in. And we also have on the other side over here, we have a hardwired dash camera, which I normally just sit up on the screen here. I'm just taking it down because I've cleaned everything up. So they're fused back into the fuse box. We've got cruise control. So cruise control is on the steering wheel here, and indicator lights, that's aftermarket. We've got a light bar which works off the high beams, aftermarket. I'll pop the bonnet. So that's the light bar there. It's the engine bay. So I've done so much stuff, I probably can't remember what I've done. The O2 sensor was changed. The gasket, the head gasket, rocket cover gasket was changed, and spark plugs and coil packs, that was changed, as well as regular services. Air filters, oil filters, oil, coolant has all been done. Transmission fluid's been done. The battery's actually a bit of an older battery, but the DC to DC charger can backfeed off the house batteries, and it seems to look after it really well. I haven't had any problems with it. So there's a fuse box there, and it's the phone charger and the dash cam that I said was wired through. A couple of things we're going to do: engine mount, that's been done. Water pump, accessory belt, they were done. An idler down in there, that was done. No hoses. One PCV valve on the back, that one there, and some new hoses for that. They had perished. All the rest has been pretty good. So that's sort of mechanically wise. And then the next thing is sort of the house, the camper setup. So on the top, I got solar panels. I can't quite remember how much, what size they are, but what it was is it was two fold out panels which I mounted on there. So if I read the sign, I can probably find it quickly. Power voltage 18. Nah, it's not really saying. But anyway, it's always been enough to charge my batteries. I've never had any problems with it not being enough solar. I think it might have been something like 360 watts or something like that. I might be able to even see it through the app for the house battery. So what I wanted to do is I designed a camper that I could travel in real easy, drive just like a normal car. So it's automatic, cruise control, good on fuel. Oh, so that's another thing. The engine is basically a Toyota Camry engine, so they last forever. Real easy to get parts for, real easy to service, to work on. So I wanted something that was cheap, easy to run around in, but then still be able to have the option to sleep in and live in, basically. So I have a sliding door here. I normally just pop my driver's seat forward one click, and then I normally slide my sliding door across so I can get myself all blacked out in there, all nice and cozy. Just move that out of the way for now. Oh, I should better turn the light on. So I'll start from, so this is the back of the door here. Just close it across. Pretty simple. So all the power setup is here behind the bed. So down the bottom we've got 2 of 100 amp hour lithium batteries. We've got our 2000 watt inverter. We've got our DC to DC charger, which handles the solar regulation. It handles the power coming from the van to charge the batteries or back, and the battery management, and back out to the inverter. So this you can access it via app, and it can give you all your battery voltages and all that sort of stuff. But I just put in a real simple meter, 13.2, just if I ever want to look at it. I've got a fuse going to the front, so it's from the house to drive, and so that's real easy to sort of pop it off to definitely protect the front. So even if everything goes flat back here, which I've never had happen, I can still start and drive off. That's a isolating fuse. So we've got a fuse box for all of our stuff that we've got wired in the back here. We've got this, where do I start? So originally I had an AC unit in here, vented to the outside, but it was a very poor AC unit, so I ended up changing up to a actual like old window rattler. So it's a house air conditioning unit you'd put in a window frame to do your house, and it's been way more than I've sort of ever needed. So I normally just put it on, see down here, I normally just put it on low, and then I put the thermostat sort of on about a quarter, because it gets otherwise it gets very cold. And so that goes into the side door, but it's also vented down through the bottom. And I've got a couple of fans. That's what this switch down here by the fuses does. It does the fans to clear the back of the heat around the AC unit. We've got some USB plugs, so I've got longer leads, plug phones on charge. I can access them from the front or from the back. This one here is just my lights, it's my cabin lights. So I've got an LED light that's running down inside the shelf, up over the roof, and then down on the other end it's got a plug if you want to extend, if you want to plug in any more lights. So that's just switched off here. Our 2000 watt inverter, so it's got a couple points, but just for easy access I banged in a multi-box here. This one goes over to my AC unit, that's the microwave. And then so over here is a Bluetooth controller, so that gives me access to the app for the Renogy equipment, how I'm doing. It tells me how much solar's going in or how much current's coming in from the alternator. So we've got a King's, I'm not sure what literage, yeah, sorry, that size. So this is a fridge or a freezer. You just dial it to whatever temperature you want it to be. So I used to keep it on freeze all the time and have all my meals all frozen in there. I used to just have a sort of an esky over this side where the old air conditioner was, just for a little bit of like a pantry. I've got a couple of shelves over here. I'd have a gas cooker and water and breakfast cereal and stuff like that here. Got another shelf here, so I'll put my gas cooker up here and my kettle to boil a cup of tea. Underneath the bed is the microwave itself, so it can run on 100%, but the inverter doesn't really like it too much and it won't run for very long. So what I normally do is I normally just put the power level down to like about 50%, and then it can run for 5 minutes or whatever it takes to heat up my dinner. And so yeah, here's the bed here. It's a just a single mattress, and so it slides out. The bed's on a slide out frame, so it slides all the way out until it sort of gets to the air conditioning unit. It wasn't my original plan. It did come out all the way originally, and so it's definitely enough for me to sleep on. Not sure about 2. You'd have to be a bit cuddly to have sleep 2 on there. And I'll just slide that in and out just for access, walking up and down. So everything's all blacked out. Everything's all just treated plywood. And it's behind it, it's got insulation, and then behind that it's got a soundproofing barrier, just so I could sleep during the day if I needed to work a night shift. And the goal was to have accommodation that was a bit more affordable, so I could go down to my job, which was a few hours away, and I could stay the whole week. So normally what I'd do is I'd leave early Monday morning, drive a couple of hours to get to work, just cruise along, music going, automatic cruise control, just real cruisy drive, and then I'd stay the whole week, and then I'd just sort of stealth camp it. I'd just go to shopping centres or footy ovals or whatever areas sort of at the beach, wherever I was allowed to park up, and spend the night. I normally have some meals in my freezer, chuck them in the microwave, have a bit of dinner, have a sleep, wake up in the morning, have some breakfast, and then head into work the next day. And then so I sort of built this van out around my size. Like this door here is not the biggest door. The seat, there's not a heap of room. The seat doesn't come as far back sort of as it used to, but I'm about 170 centimeters tall, and it fits me pretty comfy. And same as in the back here, if I sit up, I sort of just not quite hit my head, but there is enough room to sit up, get dressed, put your pants on, that sort of stuff. I've missed probably 100 things that I've done. It's been a big project. I started it end of last year, and right at the start of this year I sort of started using it. And I was only at that job for about 6 months of using the van. I've been at that job, and I didn't spend every night in it. Sometimes I'd go away. My job would get me to travel, and I'd go away and stay in hotels. So I haven't stayed in it a heap of times, but definitely enough to make it all sort of comfortable for myself, and enjoy the sort of peace and quiet, and the ice cold air conditioning. Even on a 40-degree day, you can get the air conditioner running real nicely, nice and cool, have a bit of a sleep, not be disturbed by traffic or other people around. So I've got a few things that can come with it, like gas cooker and bits and pieces that I had in the van, but doesn't have to come with the van. I can easily just separate some of that stuff up. And then just, like I said in the listing, like the outside of it has had a bit of a hard life and been banged around a few times. And there's a few dents and little scrapes and stuff like that, but nothing that's ever caused sort of me any dramas. Hopefully, sorry about the long video, it's supposed to be a short one, but hopefully that's enough information to explain about my little stealth camper, and hopefully it suits someone, and everything works out. Thanks.